Hey guys, so I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration on how to do a bicep adjustment. This is a short sleeve, as you can see, and it is bigger now. You can see the paper that is in between. So now it has been adjusted, and I will show you in the next clip it not adjusted, and we'll go through the steps on how to adjust it to make it fit your bicep or arm better. Okay, so I have my sleeve pattern. Now this is a short sleeve pattern, but this is going to work the exact same way. If you're doing a 3/4 length or long sleeve, you're just gonna cut further down the paper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be expanding the middle of the pattern piece so that we don't tinker with any of the actual measurements, so your pattern piece will still install correctly into your garment. So what you need to do is we're gonna need to cut up this piece of paper. So you're gonna need some tape handy. I'm gonna use some pencil crayons, or you can use pen or whatever. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm going to be doing, and then I'm going to cut my paper. So I'm gonna take my paper and I'm gonna fold it in half. This one has like a front notch and a back notch, but I'm just going to find the center and I'm going to crease it. I'm going to do it from the back just because I just want to be able to see my lines. I'll take a ruler and I'll take my pencil crayon. And I'm going to draw a line. So this is going to go all the way down the center of your sleeve if your sleeve extends further than this. And then after that, we're going to take another ruler. We're going to draw a line from corner to corner. That's where the armpit is. We'll draw a guideline here. Okay. And then from here, this is where we're going to expand our pattern piece. And we're going to draw a line from here to about the center of those two lines. So I'll draw out and I'll do the same thing. It doesn't have to be super perfect or precise. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start to cut. But when we get to the edges, we're not going to cut all the way through. So just leave about a hair of the paper still connected. And I'm going to go all the way up. Then we're going to go this way. So now you can see it's still connected, but we are cutting the paper. Now, you have to measure your arm to figure out how much more space you want to add here. So my pattern piece is going to be, when I measure from here to here, it was 16¼ inches. Now my arm measures 16¼ inches in the largest part of my bicep. So that is just not going to work. So I want to give myself at least an inch. This is going to be made out of a woven fabric. I know there's no stretch. That's not going to work for me. So I'm going to add at least an inch. Depending on the fabric you're using, you might want to add a little less. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pattern piece and we're going to expand it down the center. And then we're going to kind of bring it back. So this paper might overlap a little bit, but that's okay. Now you have to be mindful that if you were to leave a large gap here, that this is going to follow your sleeve all the way down. So if you don't need to change your cuff or how thin the sleeve is going to be, then you're going to taper that measurement out of the end of your sleeve. So let's see what we have now. So I have an inch right there. And I can measure how much is here now. So now it's about 17¼ there. So that is going to give me an inch, which I think is perfect. Now what you're going to do is you can put this on another piece of paper and then you can draw around it, kind of tape it down. And then you'll have a new pattern piece. You need to transfer all your markings and things like that. Or you can just take another piece of paper and just kind of slip it in the middle, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so now I'm just going to take tape and I'll tape that down. Now if up here it gets a little bit wonky, then you can just take a pencil and then just kind of fix this little area here. I'm just going to cut along the bottom, just like that. I'll cut along the top and along the pencil marking there. And now we have our altered pattern piece. Now on the back, of course, everything is all covered up. I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the excess paper, and then I'll be able to see my pattern markings better. And then I'll just tape this all down. Now this measurement will remain the same, so you're still able to sew that into your garment. This is going to be larger, and like I said, if you're going down, you can just sort of taper your pattern if you want to remove the extra if it's gonna end up too loose down here, or if you're gonna be putting a cuff in, you don't want it to be too big so that your cuff doesn't go in nicely. But yeah, that is a bicep adjustment, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out my pattern now.